After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 366. Today is Saturday, August 3rd, 2019, as we are recording. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
If you are new, we are glad to have you here, and we hope you find something you like and that you will return. If you are returning, we're always glad to see you back. And if you are in the shadows, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Press the little bell on your left, right. I forget what side it is because they changed it all the time.
It's on the
their left, our right.
Their right, our left.
Okay. Anyway, there's a little subscribe button, and you press the bell so you can get notifications. And we have a group. It's phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That is our PHN family home. So if you want to join us there, please feel free to do so. We do have several new members this time around. We have the Sticky Stitch, welcome. Mm-hmm. Catherine McGrath, welcome. Jan, welcome. Knit Tech Teach, welcome. And Allie 102399. So we're glad to have you all with us. Yay. And we also have a new one on YouTube, but obviously I don't know who that is.
Right.
So we're glad to have you with us. That's awesome. I'm just having water today because
I actually probably have an idea who it is, but I have to check my notifications from YouTube.
Right.
I've never been very good about keeping track of that kind of thing.
So I'm having water because this is my husband's birthday weekend. Thank you everybody who's already posted birthday wishes for him. I will pass them along. I know he'll be happy to receive them. Thank you for remembering. But we're having water because we're going to be running the gamut. We'll probably stop at the bookstore and have a cup of tea there. So I had my morning cup of tea, so I'm going to have water now.
And I have water as well.
And I should have made you go first, give you more projects.
Well, you spoke first. I didn't make you.
You're too slow. Okay. Going into charity, we are still doing the Evans Home, which is, our contact person is Laura, who is Gracie's mom, 62, and she runs Knitter's Magic in Winchester, Virginia. So if you're in the area, please stop by and see her. She's really a lot of fun, very friendly and knowledgeable, and the shop is adorable. I love the shop. I have to go down there pretty soon. And we also are still collecting for Front Royal Pregnancy Center, hats, whatever, baby stuff. So, you know,
they can be, whatever we get will probably be split between Evans House and Pregnancy Center unless you have a stated preference.
Right, because between the two of them,
and it's actually Evans Home.
Evans Home. If you send us things, we'll get it to someone between the two of them.
Yeah.
And then if you want to send things to Brittany, who is B-Wing, she's Comfort and Crafts on Facebook, and so she can also distribute things if you don't know what to do with them. As always, there is no pressure, but we always appreciate all that you do for us in that respect. Mm-hmm. And I know that the Pregnancy Center, Evans Home, and Brittany all also appreciate that.
Yes.
Okay, now I feel like there was something I was going to say here. I don't remember.
That was my end of round, that's why.
Okay. In other groups, we're looking at things that you can be involved with. The Yarn Night Cappy podcast is having a I Love Mickey Cal Lal, and that goes through November 18th. It's Mickey Mouse's official birthday. I forget what the number is, but I think it's like 100 or something. I don't remember. But it's Mickey Mouse's birthday coming up, and this is a anything Disney along. So you can do that stuff, and if you can make it tie in with Tea and Tales, terrific. You can use it with us as well. And see, what else could you What's the other thing we're doing? Oh, turtle. I guess does Mickey Mouse have a turtle in Disney? Does Disney have a turtle?
I don't think so.
I don't know. If you can make it work, tell us and we'll accept it.
I know
But-
Bugs from Looney Tunes has done a tortoise versus hare.
Right,
thing, but
right.
that's the only thing I can think of.
I thought we had another thing. Oh, Dysautonomia we have.
Yes.
If you make, a red Mickey Mouse or a teal or something like that, you can put it in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
We are very easy and flexible in terms of making it work, okay? And her rules are in her group, or you can ask, email her and ask her if you're not in the group on Ravelry. The Crocheting Whovian podcast group. Now, Laura has been amazing. As we said last week, you have 3 places that you can put it in her group. You can put it on Ravelry if you're on Ravelry. You can put it in Facebook if you're on Facebook. And she put an email out for those of you who aren't on Facebook or Ravelry. So if you were a member of her group, you can still participate, which I just find absolutely amazingly generous. So she has a creature feature, Cal Cal Lal, which is with Dogfire Woman, who's the diary of a physicist farm gal. And so that's, I think this time around is, I want to say it's fanciful creatures. No, wait, what is it? Wild creatures? I forget which one it is. But with this creature feature, it can be any amigurumi, but if you want multiple postings, it has to be within that theme for the quarter. So you have to check that out. And you can get the rules from Laura or Deborah. B-Wing, who is Comforting Crafts, has 2019. What are you reading? I think it's 19 hats in 2019 and 52 dishcloths and color work. So she's got a lot going on. So you might want to check that out as well. And Studio Von Designs. Now, Studio Von Designs is only on Ravelry, but she's doing 19 of whatever in 2019. So that's kind of fun, you know. So you can check that out. And you can, contact her. I don't know how quickly she'll be able to get back to you with all that she's doing, but, if you want to participate in that, you can always contact her. Now, moving into ours, we have the PHN Tea and Tales, and this is a year-long Cal Cal Lal. Our co-host for this is Cappy, who's Cappy the Yarn Eye, or the Yarn Eye Cappy.
Did you say her website at the beginning? You normally do.
I did.
Okay.
And I can reiterate that as soon as I'm done with these.
Yeah.
Tea and Tales we're doing with Cappy, who's amazing, and we love her. And she has given us a coupon code for her shop. It's in the group. And she has also given us a coupon code for her shawl kits, which she developed for the group, because she made a shawl for the group, and then she developed the actual kit for it. And I keep meaning to bring it out here, and I keep forgetting. But it's a beautiful shawl. I haven't had a chance to try it yet because I have so many things on the needles, but she gifted me a beautiful, the Lady Fernico Creations colorway, and Lady Fernico colorway, and the a bear sparkle. And I can't wait to try that as soon as I get the chance. So it may be next year before I do it, but I was absolutely blown away. It's absolutely beautiful. And you can get a discount on that through the end of the year. So we're grateful to have Cappy with us. And the rules, again, as I say every week, the rules for all of our alongs are basically the same, and I will go through them, each rule by rule for one of the Cal Cal Lals, and then I'll just say what's different in the following Cal Cal Lals that are ours, because they're basically the same. So this one runs from January 1st to December 31st of this year. Projects must be knit, loom knit, or crochet. Previous whips are allowed, but must be worked on during the along and must reflect the theme of tea and or tails. Somebody had asked if they got extra credit for doing tea and tails, and I told her not this year, but maybe next year.
Well, we're not doing it next.
Well, if we did it next year.
Yeah.
Next time is what I said.
Yeah.
Next time. Yeah, we have something else in mind for next year, and we'll talk about that as we get closer to next year. But
because we actually weren't planning to do this 2 years in a row.
Right. But the one we're doing for next year, we'll probably talk about toward the end of November or early December, because we're kind of excited about that one. But in any event, the next time we do it, if it relates to tea and or tails both, then it would be like using a featured yarn or a featured pattern, because we hadn't thought about that, and I think it wouldn't be fair to people who did it the last 2 weeks,
right?
2 months or whatever. 2 months, I can't even think. 2 quarters.
Yeah.
To say yes for half of it and not for the rest of it.
Yeah.
So for this particular along, no. If you can match tea and or tails. If you do both, that's wonderful, but you still only get one chance of a prize. Okay. And we're talking about chapter books and graphic novels and all that kind of stuff. You guys know, children's books, things like that. Chatter and pictures are always in the same thread. And 1 WIP per project per week, the FO whenever it's finished. And let's see. Franciscan Gypsies Designs, Lady Freddy Crow Creations Designs, Joanna Johnson's Designs, Mom Cook Designs, Crocheting Hoovian Designs, that's Laura Concert, and Studio Von Designs. If you can get those, and Cappies. If you can get those to fit in any way, shape, or form to T and or tails, they are worth 2 chances at a prize for the FO. And if you use my yarn or Cappy's yarn as in an FO, then you also have 2 chances at a prize. If you use my yarn or Cappy's yarn in a featured pattern like Talia's or Mom Cook's or somebody's, then you get 3 chances at a prize for an FO. Okay, so that's that. I do have prizes to talk about for this. We're going to have Cappy stitch markers for this 3rd quarter and a pattern, but I have to talk to the person who's donated the pattern and see how she wants to work it. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. And then the mega prize at the moment looks like this. Okay?
That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff. And then next quarter, of course, we give out the purple package with one of Cappy's stitch markers. Okay? And that was the stitch markers from Cappy that I'm talking about, her mother made. So they're very nice. Okay, now the Cardiac Dysautonomia Cal Cal Lao, it started July 1st, so we are in our 2nd month of that. And everything is basically the same, except that
it actually ends in time for this. It ends in September, and October is Dysautonomia Awareness Month.
Yeah, that's because that's when we do the toil on.
Yeah, it just makes me laugh that that's how it worked out.
But the rules are basically the same. We do ask you to please have the projects focus on shades of blue, teal, or red, and pink. So you've got a fair amount of colors to work with for this. And that if you're using Instagram, it's hashtag PHNCDA 2019. And they cannot be finished prior to July 1st, okay, because that's when we're starting the along. Talia's patterns, my pattern, and my yarn obviously are featured as always. And let's see, what was I going to say about that? Talia, we'll do your dysautonomia stuff after I do tortoise versus hare. Okay. My yarn is still on pre-order at the moment. I know I don't have any pictures up, but I do have a thread up. Talia moved it from the announcements because nobody could get into the announcements.
I mean, you can see it.
Except for the person who actually ordered because she was actually a moderator. So no pressure as always, but it'll be maybe another week or so for pre-orders, maybe 2 for pre-orders is it in the general thread?
It's in the general thread. Yeah. It's a sticky thread.
It's a sticky thread, and it says pre-orders on it. So if you're interested, let me know. Basically, it's going to be the Telltale Heart, and if it's not a horse, it might be a zebra. Those are the 2 pre-orders, okay?
And I really love if it's not horses, it might be a zebra. It's a really pretty color.
It's a pretty color. Okay, now tortoise versus hare. This is Laura Concert's baby, and we're really excited to be a part of this again. And it's exactly as it sounds, tortoise versus hares, only this time it does not have to be just amigurumi. This time it can be anything tortoise or hare related. It can be yarn, it can be pattern, it could be the name of the project.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it can be a dishcloth, it can be a shawl, it can be a sweater. It doesn't really matter as long as it's related to tortoises or hares, okay? And I'm not sure who's in the lead right now. Last time I heard it was the tortoises. Yay.
We were coming, at least in our group, about neck and neck, but I haven't done the add up for this week.
Well, I think it's her group, her Facebook group, that really blows us out of the water.
Yeah.
And her Ravelry group. So blows you guys out of the water a little bit. Our other co-host for this is B-Wing. That's Brittany. Okay, and this ends September 30th. Okay, so it goes from July 1st to September 30th, and everything for us is basically, as I've mentioned before, Franciscan Gypsies Designs patterns can be found on Lovecraft, and my yarn can be found on Etsy. Laura's yarn is also going to be eligible now for 2 chances at a price, and she is selling it. And her patterns, when they come out, the anything that's related to tortoises or hares also will be double the chance of the prize, along with mine. So, and Taya's. Okay, so if Brittany had something, she would also be eligible. But she, the other one that we did was Vonnie's, but I don't know how many people have Vonnie's. It'll still be eligible. She made those. She made those coasters for Tortoise versus Hare.
So if you still have access to her patterns.
Yes, they will still be eligible. Okay. All right. You wanted to do your.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Taya. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm going to interrupt you one more time because I wanted to show the rest of the prizes while
Yeah,
I was
no
thinking of it. Okay. The Toy Along prizes. No, wait a minute. We're doing the Toy Along right now. Okay. I want to do the Toy Along prizes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I told you about the tea and tails. Where is the stuff I have for the Tortoise versus Hare? I guess I'm not going to show you that. I thought I was better set up for this, but I guess I'm not. I have to see if I even have the prizes pulled for that. I have the PHNT and Tails, which is all here, and I have.
We'll just have to worry about next week, that's all.
Yeah, I guess we will, because I thought I had it all planned. Okay. I guess we're moving into your talking.
So we haven't been doing much in the way of dysautonomia awareness, and just wanted to hit on at least briefly something that I'm not sure how much it gets talked about, but the mental and emotional effects of a chronic illness, particularly any chronic illness, but particularly one where it's inconsistent and something you might be able to do one day, the next day you will not be able to do, or might not be able to do, or the effects of the constant in the back of your head, regardless of whether or not you're intending to. You're just constantly prepared that this could go really well, or it could equally be something that you can't handle and be very challenging and set you back for quite a few days. So one of the things I've been noticing myself is that there has been at least a mild level of depression-like symptoms developing. And the problem with that is not only is it hard on you emotionally, but at least in POTS, it can exacerbate your symptoms as well. So, because one of the things with the autonomic nervous system is, at least with my particular kind of POTS, is that you go into your autonomic nervous system doesn't know how to manage your fight or flight response, so it's inappropriate and your body overreacts, and then when you come off the too much adrenaline that's going through your system, you crash really hard. So you end up having similar effects than if you push yourself physically too much. Just something to think about, as well as the physical effects of a condition. The emotional responses can also be their own challenge, and they could develop into their own condition, separate, that need to be treated separately of the cause of the triggering condition. So just wanted to bring that into focus, because also the person's reactions then might not always seem rational, because even though based on everything going on, it's just the body, the mind and the emotions being overtaxed with what's going on. the reactions might seem to be an overreaction to other people around them. So, patience, if you know someone, and this isn't just for dysautonomia, but anyone who's dealing with something that's chronic, that there could be an underlying depression. So, yeah, just wanted to bring that up. Because, full disclosure, I had an issue before this podcast. I was not doing well.
Yeah, we almost didn't podcast.
So, hang on, you are swipe down to get off of full screen. There we go. But yeah, just wanted to bring that to attention because we haven't talked about dysautonomia a whole lot. Part of it has been because there's been so much
Other stuff
going on. It's been a little overwhelming to try to think of doing other things. And for me personally, I am still working a full-time job with a condition that not everyone is able to work with. So, and still I expect more of myself because you still automatically try to hold yourself to the standard that you were able to keep to when you were healthy. Because sometimes you still feel healthy, but your body reminds you that you're not. And even if you convince yourself here that you're healthy, the back of your mind is still going, it's gonna hit you again, it's gonna hit you again. So you just aren't as stable as you'd like to be.
Stable?
Well, stable would be
Stable?
you know, not having random meltdowns. So
Stable? For your zebra?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. Thank you. I did say I was going to mention this again. I'll probably mention it at the end of the podcast as well. The group where we can be found, I know I said it, but I wanted to make sure I did, is phnpodcast.freeforums.net. And I think, Talia, you were supposed to put in the drop bar, so...
Yeah, I usually do. As well as our Lovecrafts profiles.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now... Alright, going into... You have more than I do this time. You said you have 8?
I do. I have 7. So, let me quickly finish this needle, because then I'll be able to show this. Well, I'll start talking about it a little bit, and then by that time I'll finish this needle. So, in Lady Furnico Creations Fingering Weight Yarn, this was dyed particularly for the Tom Bombadil? Yeah, Bombadil hat. But I wasn't... It was having me work 3 colors in a row, which isn't a problem, but it wasn't something I was enjoying knitting. My yarns were tangling, and I have a bit of an OCD-ish type thing. I don't have OCD, but you know, we all have tendencies in this family. And it was bugging the heck out of me that the 2 of my yarns would tangle. So I just, it was annoying me, so I stopped.
You had to do 1 stitch. That's not 1 stitch.
No, I said 1 needle.
Oh.
But the colors, I don't think these colors have any particular name to them. You dyed them specifically
Right.
for me at my request. So it's, for those who might be listening more than they're watching, it's a really brilliant blue. Almost a kind of royal blue.
Mm.
Would you say that's right?
No, it's a brilliant blue. It's a bright blue.
So...
Royal blue has more of a deeper... It's bright, but it's deeper.
Yeah, I guess it's a... But there's a term for this kind of blue. I feel like a name for it. Because it's not like a sky blue.
No, it's not.
Oopsie. It's close to what Knitpicks call celestial.
Right.
Not exact. It's got a little bit more variation in that. And the green's got a nice little gradation to it, and so does the pink. And the green is kind of a... not even a grassy.
It's kind of a Kelly green.
Yeah,
almost.
Kelly green.
It's a crayon box green or something, you know.
And then you have the pink. So this is another baby hat. This is the largest size for this pattern, and this is, actually I should know the pattern name by now, but I never remember the designer, so I had to flip over. This is Baby Rabbit Beanie by Sandra Yeager. And she designs this for fingering weight yarn. My personal preference is to work it in the larger yarns, simply because I feel the baby hats end up a little bit on the small end with the fingering weight. And that part might be my gauge. Maybe her gauge is a little bit bigger than mine. But, sorry guys. But she, I prefer it when I work it with the larger yarn, larger needles. But regardless, this will be my second of her hats in this yarn, just with different colors. And this time, the bunnies will be pink, so the project's called Pink Bunnies Everywhere.
Huh.
And it is in my Silver Shed USA Oops is a Bunny bag by the artwork done by Davina. And I'm using my Slip Stitch Studio Cupcakes DPN holder. And this is Slip Stitch Studios DPN holders are my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I like the padded feel of them.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And they have a zipper.
Mm-hmm. They have an extra snap too.
Yes, they do. They have an extra snap. And they have a zipper on the inside where you can keep, like if you have a project that uses two different kinds of DPNs. I feel like the 7th hat might have used 2 different sizes of DPNs.
Maybe to start and then to work.
Yeah, like for the ribbing and then for the main pattern. And then I think when I was knitting socks, one of my favorite sock patterns switched needle sizes. So this is where this has always been useful. And this has been my primary DPN holder, these Slip Stitch Studio ones, for years. I actually prefer her DPN holders to her bags.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Okay.
Oh, and I did want to bring up, you're not wearing any knitwear, but I am. So this is the Vivian. It is by Yosada Teague. This was my first cabled sweater. I made a poor yarn choice because it's really dark. And I'm not, well, the cable shows up really well, at least on camera.
It does. It shows up just fine.
Okay. But the darkness of this sweater is why I chose my later cabled sweater to be white. Because I always wondered how well the cables showed up on this. Because this is a very
It shows up beautifully.
complex. And it's got the hood, which has the cables on it. This was my first hooded sweater as well as my first cabled sweater. And it has the super long sleeves.
Is this seed stitch?
Yes.
Ugh.
I love seed stitch. Yeah, this was my first cabled pattern, I think, ever. That I did.
like the way seed stitch looks, but I don't like doing it.
And because at first, because I remember being like, oh, this is what's supposed to be on the backdrop for cables. I had never done anything with just pearls on the backdrop, which they also do. You don't usually have a knit. Well, sometimes you do, but you don't usually have a knit on the backdrop for cables.
Seems like it would
It was
obscure the pattern.
the knit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is, it's Sun something. This was a pattern that was given to me by Michelle Kuchbala. She used to be the mother in the Three Stitches podcast. They're not podcasting anymore.
She's still a mother.
She's still the mother, but she's not doing the Three Stitches podcast.
As far as we know.
Well, I'm subscribed to them still, and I don't see
Yeah.
anything. So, and I wish I could remember the name of this pattern because she gave me the pattern, and this yarn is Knit Picks.
That's Stroll.
That's Stroll, and this yarn does bleed on your fingers. My fingers, which
That
very
particular
green.
color. That
Yeah.
particular color, yeah.
My fingers would bleed green with this. It's a little bit rough.
Is that the fingering?
Oh no, this is worsted, and I still have a bunch of it. Whereas this here is Cascade 220 in the colorway Blue Spruce.
Okay.
So that's all.
In my Mama C Words bag, thank you, Christina, is my Lady Caprice project, which is Terra the Sea Turtle pattern by Talia. And I only did a little bit on this, but you can see that it's making progress. I switched from Biddy to this one because Biddy requires me to start stuffing at the moment, and I don't have the time or the brain power at the moment to do that. So I worked on Tara. This is Lady Fernico, Cappy, the Yarn and I Lady Fernico colorway. This is Dragonfly Fibers Villainous. And then we have Tangerine Speedo by Marigold Jen. And that's going to be the head and the limbs and stuff like that. So I like this pattern. I just haven't had a chance to really work on anything. I've kind of had, excuse me, Project ADD and a lot of things going on with contractors and such. It's still happening. The continuing saga that is the contractors. Your turn.
Yes, so let me go ahead and there. In my... let me grab something that's not newish. To peek in here, this might be a good one. Okay, so in my 2017 Tortoise vs. Hare bag, so it's all the bunnies. This is by Silvershed USA. This one didn't get a whole lot of work, but this is my Knit Baby Bunny by Lorraine Pistorio. Because I think I did show the one finished leg last time. So, I'm trying to lose my DPN here.
Still looks like a stuffed shirt.
So,
at this point. There we go.
There's one.
So is it seated bunny?
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually supposed to be kind of like that.
Right.
And I'm currently working not very far in the second foot. I think I might have only worked a couple rows since I showed you last time. I think I'm about to start shaping, which is why it stopped, because I didn't have the brain power for the shaping.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this is one that you have to stuff when you go along. I didn't have my stuffing on me.
Right. Making progress.
Yes, exactly.
Is there a hole in the bottom?
Yeah, I need to...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I need to stitch it up.
Speaking of a hole in the bottom, my little kitty has a hole. Like maybe I got caught or something. Patches.
She might have, yeah.
And I don't have any of that yarn left. I don't think.
Is it the very bottom?
It's like on the back side, so if I could put,
That's where she poops.
It's not that far down, you oboe head. Okay, let me see here.
So yes, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, my next one is in my Knitting's My Bag, Gnomes bag. And this is my precious heirloom shawl project. This is my own shawl, and the yarn is by Lucky Jenny Knits in the jewelry box colorway. And I did, I think, a row or two on this. The rows are getting long on this, and this is fingering weight yarn, so I guess I will make better progress on this if I actually sit down and do it. It's not that I don't like it. I love my pattern. It's just, it's fingering weight yarn. And the yarn is absolutely gorgeous. But you can see this is going down a little bit. And I will just do it until it is almost finished, and then I'll bind off. And hopefully I'll have it done before my parents come in November. So that's that. I do love the yarn. And like I said, I'm using Chow Goose US 6. I think I would use a 7 with the fingering weight in the future, just because I think I would like it a little less dense for the scarf kind of, as opposed to the shawl.
Right.
So, fix that.
Okay, so in my, I'm losing some of my pillows.
Got chilly.
So this is in my Knitter's Magic brown kitties on the inside bag. This is my bunny baby blanket. I can't remember what I called it. The pattern said like Sunbeam Bunny. This one's by Pattern World.
Right. She has a lot of nice patterns.
She does. So this is crocheted.
And she's on Lovecraft.
Yes. I'm not sure if she's anywhere else, but
I don't know.
Lovecraft's where I picked up this, and this is a bunch of different yarns. This is Pound of Love. This is the Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. So is this here?
Cotton?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's actually not as bothersome as a lot of the cotton.
Well, that's why I couldn't do toys. Remember, I got that with the idea of doing toys with it, and it's so drapey that it just.
And the creamsicle color right here is also Pound of Love.
And what's this blue?
Oh, I don't remember the name of it.
That's really pretty. I like that color.
Yeah, it's on my Lovecrafts project page, but yeah, I don't think I have the tag right here because this is an older yarn that I have, and I'm caught on a bunch of different yarns because I have yarns for one side and the other because I'm trying not to waste yarn going across the entire way, not to mention be a pain in the neck to carry multiple yarns across the back of crochet. So I'm at the bottom of the bunny, as you can see, right here. This is where the bunny's going to start.
Cool.
And then there's a plant next to the bunny.
Very nice.
So it's actually making a little bit of progress. This doesn't grow very much because a lot of times I want to work on something that's then I'm going to see a little bit more of what I'm working on faster.
Right.
So this is kind of a nice little long-term project. I'm not quite as much of a blanket knitter as some people. Kay.
I know. I can do it with a blanket. Kay's a sweetheart. I love Kay.
Although I think she also does tend to like to make the ones with squares to them because then she gets
Right.
the finished.
Right. She likes
square.
to do she can see the little squares, whether it's the bigger square or the ones that have all the little squares. And her stuff is gorgeous. Okay. My next one is in my Ploverbird Mickey Mouse bag. And this I haven't shown in a while, I don't think. This is my Colorful Birds wrap from the Show Off Boomerang pattern by April Klitsch. And I think she's on Ravelry. I don't know if she's anywhere else. I did a couple of rows on this yesterday or the day before yesterday while I was watching a movie with Mike. I'm caught in my yarn here. This yarn was given to me by Talia a couple of Mother's Days ago. And yes, I didn't start it right when I got it. So
No.
this has not been on the needles for 2 years. But it took a while for me to find a project that I wanted to do with it.
Because she fell in love with the yarn, but it's not really colors that she normally wears.
Yeah, so this is what I'm making. And this probably will go on the table, to be quite honest. Maybe. This, the yarn is...
Sabine's not really a shawl person.
No. This is Tess Designer Yarn Superwash Merino Worsted, and it's got a lot of yardage to it. It's worsted, but it's got...
I think that's part of what we fell in love with was the
Yeah.
yardage as well.
the skein of yarn. It's very well priced. I don't know if I have the ball band in here anymore. Yeah. It has 570 yards. So it rivals Miss Babs in terms of the yardage. And this, I think is also kind of a DK worsted if you look at it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's got the colors gradate beautifully. I mean, they fall into each other. You know, the blue to the green to the yellow very nicely to the gold. So it's a nice dye job. It's just not my colors. It looked beautiful in the skein, and it's going to work out beautifully in this. I just probably won't wear it. I wanted to work it, so I did.
So you did.
That takes care of that.
So in my... Hold on, let me finish. 2 stitches. Okay. In my
Warm again. Silly temperature.
in my Slip Stitch Studios Firefly bag, this is my Han the Bunny project, but the pattern is Bo the Bunny, and it is by we just talked about this. What's her name's? It's a Miss something. Fiddlesticks. I'm gonna know it as soon as I look at it.
See, I don't pay attention a lot of times to designers. I mean, you see them over and over again, but there's so many designers.
Bo's Rabbit, Lapland Visitors, Part 1, Mary Jane's Tea Room.
Oh, Mary Jane's Tea Room. That's not Miss.
No, for some reason I thought it was Miss. So, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get on the place I was at in my chart before I had to go and remember. There we go. And what's actually holding the part of the project I'm working on, because I have so many yarns in there and pieces, is my Silver Shade USA Crochet and Hoovian bag. But I had a lot of progress done on this.
Yes, you did. Oh, look at that.
So
Look at that.
these were all knit flat. I had to actually watch a video on mattress stitch to make sure I was doing it right.
Look at the little leg warmers.
So the leg warmers are made separate. This is my first any sort of this is the first time I've done anything equivalent to colorwork flat.
Mm-hmm.
There really wasn't anything complex. I mean, this is just changing every other yarn. But I'm learning how to carry in the front.
Carry in the front.
For when I'm on the wrong back end.
In front of the work?
Well, I'm on the back of the work, but I have to carry facing me.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because you can't have floats on either side.
Right, right.
So, just learning how to do colorwork flat.
That's going to be so cute.
So that's that part of him. I'm working on his ears now. And it's going to kind of fold, yeah. It's this kind of fun texture. It's similar to seed stitch, but not seed stitch.
With the double moss stitch?
I'm not really sure the difference. But
Kay had a big discussion about that on the
yeah, I remember her talking
with
about it. But
Dan.
also there's difference in terms, I think. Like
Right.
some things that are called double moss stitch also mean something else.
Right.
So it's I'm so sorry, let me So yeah, this got a lot of work done on it on Sunday. I think most of this was done on Sunday. Because I don't think I had the legs sewn on last time.
I don't think you did.
I think I was still working on the
Look at
body.
his tummy.
Yeah.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
It's not nice to poke someone's tummy when he...
Pillsbury Doughboy. He's so cute. Look at this.
And I might have overstuffed his legs. I'm not sure how well he's going to sit.
He'll be okay. I mean, he's going to have the rest of the
And he'll also have the
arms
tail.
and the tail. And you probably put him up against something anyway.
Yeah.
So cute.
So, yeah, he's... I wonder if I should put the legs up a little more. I don't know.
It's funny. It looks like he's got one, like little kids where they have one
Yeah.
sock rolled down.
And I'm not quite sure if I sewed him on a little uneven.
I
or-
pulled it down one side, the other, because it wasn't hitting the end of his boot.
Yeah.
So
And it might have been the way I sewed him on, too. But
it doesn't matter. It's cute. I like that gray.
it's not gray. It's blue.
Oh, it is blue. I thought, it's very...
It's, sorry. I want to say that's Mad Tosh.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like a periwinkle.
And, oh, I used to know the color name. I had used this in my minestrone hat.
Right. That's a beautiful color.
So, and that's going to be the color of his sweater, too.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, the original sweater and stockings were red.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit of a difference for what I've got
I like
here.
the blue. It's nice.
And then eventually I will make his sister. I might have to buy yarn for his sister.
Yeah, you might have to wait for that.
Yeah. But I'll have to see. Maybe I'll have stuff in stash. I also didn't have access to my whole stash when I was
Right.
putting him together.
And we raid each other's stash constantly, so
Yeah.
that includes Davina now. We
Yes.
raid her stash too. Okay.
So, yeah,
Because
he
we do
got
more in acrylic.
a lot of work done on him.
Okay. In my Turbo Knitter 64 large yellow Mickey and Minnie bag, I have my bobbing along blanket. I thought I was going to be finished with this, but I'm not quite. I think I have about another 8 rows when I measured it. So I guess I could do a row and a half a day and I'll have it done for next week.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is. It's a good size blanket. I could probably finish now, but I kind of wanted it a little more square. So I have this much of the second cake done. I may have to break into the
Third one.
third one. We'll see.
You said it's half double or is it double?
This is double crochet. Because what I want to do is another 8 or 10 rows and then I want to edge it. So I might need to break into the other one. And I like the way it's turning out. turn it upside down for you so you can see. This is a nice yarn because it stripes really nice for baby blankets and toys and things like that. And I think when I wash it, and it has softened up even working it.
Right.
It's a little rough to work with in the cake, but as you handle it, it gets softer. It's not like the old Red Heart where it kind of just, you could almost hold on to it and it kind of stuck out on its own.
Yeah.
This is, it is softening up, and the yarn is called Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel in the blueberry colorway. Davina gave me 2 of the cakes of yarn, and I bought the other one. It's funny that she matched it, so I'll be happy to be able to tell her that I already had one, but as far as she's concerned, I used hers.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And she got it for you for a blanket in mind.
Yes.
She even told you that.
yes. So it was really nice of her. It was for my birthday or Mother's Day or something.
Yeah, something like that, because she asked me which one I thought that you would like. And I unknowingly told her the one that you did pick up.
Mhm.
So, haha, do I know you were what?
Yes. I don't know, I guess so.
So, everything else I'm going to show you was not on the needles.
Oh, how many do you have left?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Start much?
I'm so sorry, guys.
It's been weathering here. We're supposed to have thunderstorms again. It's
And
been
I
a very
partially
strange summer.
caused this.
Yes, she did.
There we go. Because this isn't just allergies. I'm on a ton of allergy medicine.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me think of the first one to show. I think it'll be this one. So Laura Concert gave me this bag.
It's so cute.
And this is a Molly Klein Designs
That was
bunny
so
bag.
nice of her, too.
Yes.
She just did it out of the blue.
It was holding shawl pins. I'm going to move the shawl pins elsewhere because I wanted another bunny bag in use. Another one of my Slipstitch Studios DPN holders. This is my Star Trek TNG. Yep, you got Geordi.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Well,
Wesley.
Wesley, I call him Will with him.
You
Worf.
have Worf. You have
Dr.
Bev.
Crusher.
And let's see, there's Deanna, Captain Jean-Luc Picard,
Tasha.
Data, Tasha. There's Will.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of happy with the ones they focused on because I like Will well enough, and Deanna's okay as well. But I really like Worf.
Yes.
Data's a lot of fun. I like Wesley. I know Wesley's not necessarily,
Wesley gets a lot of guff, but
which
I like
I think is a
Wesley.
little bit unfair.
Yeah.
He might be a bit of a Mary Sue, but
Well, that wasn't his fault.
yeah. I love.
I love
Geordi.
Geordi, yeah.
And I actually really do like Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't take it. Like, she's one of the few people who can get Jean-Luc to back down.
That's why I liked... It took me a second or third watching of the Star Trek Next Generation to appreciate the other Doctor. Because she never took anything from him.
Oh, you're talking about, blast, I can see her in my head.
Yeah. She's blonde.
Curly hair.
Yeah.
Short hair.
Yeah. She could never get a... It took her a long time to wrap around Data. But the thing with her...
And she really connects with Worf.
She connected with Data after a while.
But, like, I feel
she
like
did connect with
she
Worf.
connected
She did.
really well with
She did
Worf.
the tea ceremony with him and everything.
Yeah, like, culturally, she got his culture.
Because she took the inoculation so she could have the tea ceremony with him.
Because she was a good character.
She
Bev,
was.
Bev was my favorite, but she was a good... Well, they had complex characters
Yes.
in TNG.
And I was really...
And I like Deanna better the second time around,
around.
watching her as an adult. Because I didn't like her.
because we saw her leadership qualities come out in some of those.
Oh, there were some points when there's that young... One ensign who
Yes,
kept
yes.
trying to...
the one that Daddy could never understand why Picard said she had potential.
Roe.
Ensign Rowe, yeah.
Ensign Roe. Oh, I wanted to smack her upside of the head. Like, who talks to their superior officer? Deanna should have taken her head off.
Well, Deanna had too much class.
I thought that O'Brien was going to take her
I
head.
did, too. He took her down a peg or two.
Yeah, I kind of wanted O'Brien to take her head off.
And I like O'Brien, too. Dad doesn't
do
like
like
O'Brien
O'Brien
much.
as well.
Dad doesn't like his wife.
Kiko.
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 I think
Kiko.
Kiko. Yeah.
Worf the Blue, Kiko's baby.
How long is this going to take?
As long as it takes. But this is another one of the baby rabbit beanies.
Or I see what you mean about not showing up as much.
Yeah, I'm a little I probably should not have chose this color combination.
I wonder if you had chosen to flip it if the blue bunnies would have.
It might have. In retrospect, I probably honestly should just go with the dark. But I'm
Oh,
not.
right.
I'm not going to tear it
Well,
back.
no, it's still pretty.
It's still pretty, and it's it's going to keep some baby warm.
And some people don't like the bam. They like a
Yeah.
little more subtle. It's fine.
I'm not thrilled with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you squint, you can see the bunnies. You'll be able to see the ones on top a lot
Mm-hmm.
better because I've got navy bunnies going on.
And that's okay. I mean, you can see it if you look at it. If somebody picks it up, they can see the bunnies. But it's hard to see from far away.
So I'm rather disappointed with, but that was my fault. I made a poor choice in colors. And this is Yarn Bee. Oh, wrong bag. Yarn Bee Sweet Minis, and it's Catching Sapphire. So
Is that the set, Catching Sapphire?
that's the whole set's called. And it's a silver, and they come in these little cute mini skeins.
You can get these at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. So it's a really cute set. It just, I should have planned better for my colorwork combinations. And I know this. You'd think I would have learned with the last colorwork hat that I wasn't happy with the contrast.
Now, this is a thicker yarn? It seems thicker than this.
Well, yeah, that's not fingering.
What is this?
That's like a sport or something. It's
Okay.
baby yarn.
No, yeah, that's right. I got a baby yarn. Okay.
It's thicker, and so it's gonna. I'm actually using US 6s.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm doing. I think I'm doing the smallest size right now.
But with the bigger yarn.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of a thicker baby yarn. It's nice.
Yeah.
I would classify that as a sport / maybe DK.
What am I doing? This does not go into Star Trek. This goes into. Where's my other folder?
There it is.
Thank you. Oh, I need to put my bunny pattern back in my other bag so I don't lose it because I don't know where I have another copy of it.
Right. You want to lose that?
It'd be incredibly disappointing to get that far in that bunny and then not be able to complete it. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, that is this pattern. I'll start working on this one now that I didn't want to work on it until I showed it. Because right now the fingering one's not getting as much love because I prefer a heavier weight yarn. Generally,
You asked me to dye that up.
I did. It was my fault, and and actually I've already made one hat out of it.
That's true. You have.
It's just that once I realized I liked the size better and the heavier weight as
Right.
well.
Well, it seems like it would fit more babies.
Exactly. I think
This one might be
Baby-
a slightly older baby, but maybe
Yeah.
like a 3-month-old or something like that.
well, the large one. We'll see how large this one turns out. Where did I put my 5th CPN in this bag? I bet I did. Probably put my size 6 in here. Yep. So
Opal
yeah,
head. Opal head.
I actually need to pause. 'Cause
Okay. I'm going to pause for just a few minutes. And I will start up with my next project when we return.
Yes, so hold on, let me put this there. Want to make sure I have everything where it needs to go. And we'll be back.
in a little bit.
Hi.
Okay, so we were going to start out with my next project. It is the Welcome Little One from the On the Porch Blanket Knitting Pattern by 5410 Studio. And this is in my Knitting Magic large lavender flowers on a dark field bag. Okay.
Oh, did I smack you? Sorry.
You did. I didn't do a whole lot on this time around. I still like the pattern, but I just didn't do a lot on it. I think I did maybe 2 or 3 rows, 2 rows maybe. So it should be pretty close to where I can do the pattern part of this and start seeing what it looks like. Right now it's just, I probably should have done this when I couldn't think of anything and I just didn't. So I'm just using my Lady Fringle Creations Bare Necessities in this. So that goes. I cut. There's something about an Aran cream color blanket or sweater or something that pops. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there is.
So and I know it's a baby blanket and it's probably going to get dirty, but it's pretty.
So sometimes, just having that heirloomy type thing.
Even a simple one.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's your turn.
Sometimes some simple heirloomy type things are cool.
Your turn.
Yes, I am. I just want. Actually, I probably should do it before I get started on this needle.
Yep, that's what my point was.
So, let's see which one to do next. I guess this one, because this is the one I started first. So, this was on Needle Adjacent last time. One of the Needle Adjacents last time. This is in my Silver Shed USA Nursing Caps on a Pale Field bag. Oh, wrong bag. This one. Sorry. Silver Shed USA Tortoise vs. Hare bag, year 1. With my Bertle on there. This is the bunny yoke pullover for babies and children. And the designer is Angela Hahn. It amused me because she says in the pattern she created the pattern in honor of the Chinese year of the rabbit. Many of the nicest people she knows are rabbit, born in a rabbit year, that is. And I looked it up, and I was born in the year of the rabbit.
Explains a lot.
So I'm a bunny in all ways.
Poor thing.
I love bunnies. Oh, I saw Judy Bunny near the feeder the other night.
She's been busy over there.
She really likes that.
She likes
we
the feeder.
have a bunny that every night she goes by the bird feeder and just eats grass around there.
I think she eats some seeds too.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure bunnies eat seeds. Maybe she eats what grows up from the seeds.
Maybe it could be. As long as she stays away from my carrots.
But yeah, she just loves that area around the bird feeder, so we see her every night.
Yeah.
Um,
She's getting big.
Another one of my Silver Shed USA, another one of my Slip Stitch Studio DPN holders. This is a sheep one. I didn't always get the geeky ones that I wanted to get because she didn't always have them available. And I just really like the way she makes hers. So, the bunny yoke pullover, let me show you the picture. And it has a matching hat that I'm going to make too.
Isn't that pretty?
So there's the sweater. I'm using Knit Picks Brava Sport for it because it is a charity hat.
Aww.
I'm a charity project, and there's the hat.
I want to make sure they can wash it.
Yes, and it was really cheap, which we had a sale for it as well.
Yeah, mine
was like $179 at
yeah,
Stain or something.
I think only one of mine was on sale, but when you do Bravo Sport, it's not that expensive anyway.
No,
So-
and this is the size 6 month.
Are you starting on the sleeve?
Yeah, that's what they have you start with.
Okay.
And this colorway is Frisia. And for the color work, I have a white bunny, and then the gray is going to be lining the bunny against the purple.
Right.
Because that's the way they have it in the pattern. So,
You mean like an outline?
yeah, like an outline.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, yep, just basic sleeve. And it is supposed to curl at the bottom.
Oh, it is? Mm-hmm. How fun.
So, right now it's nice, simple knitting, which is what I wanted when I picked up this pattern. I was like, I want something that I can just knit when I'm completely brain dead.
I wonder if I could do that on a 9-inch circular.
It's a lot smaller than 9-inch.
Oh, is it?
This is a baby sweater
Yeah, I know.
sleeve.
But it stretches, doesn't it?
I wouldn't want to stretch it while I'm making it.
Yeah.
Maybe if you went for one of the larger sizes,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a 6 month.
Right.
They can go up to 10 years old.
Oh, I don't want to make that big.
But they have the 6 month size, the 12 month size, the 18 to 24 month, 2 to 4 year, 6 year, and 8 to 10 years.
I would probably more likely do Magic Loop.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. So I'll have a couple of sleeves, and I don't think you'll hit as much of a sleeve island when you're working baby sweaters.
Sleeve what?
Dan and Kay call it sleeve island, where you get tired.
Oh, like second sock syndrome.
Yeah, but his sleeve lasts forever.
Yeah.
So he calls it sleeve island.
I never heard of it. That's funny. That's funny.
So yes, I'm enjoying this because sometimes that's just where my brain is. If I'm fully awake and okay, this isn't a whole lot of work. But if I really just want something simple.
Okay. In my Valeria bag is my Bells for Baby project, which is a baby blanket based on the Surabelle scarf pattern by Sarah Sweethearts. And I'm not sure if she's on Lovecraft or not, but I love this pattern. You guys who've been with me for a long time know that I love this pattern. I think I lost my stitch marker that I had holding the stitch, but that's okay. I didn't do a whole lot on this one because I was working on the bobbing along. But can you see the pattern? Oh, that's showing up really nice. I really love her pattern. I don't have to edge it. It just... And this was another... This is one that is not softening as much. I think I'm going to have to wash this one. This is Caron 1 pound. And it's a little like the Red Heart used to be.
Okay.
Not quite as waxy though. And I'm using a 6mm hook. 6mm hook. And I'm not sure what that is. An I or a J or something. I'm having to learn my millimeters. Lovecraft is forcing me to learn what they are. But I really like this pattern. It's not difficult. It looks really pretty. And this was meant to be a gift. We'll see how long it takes me to finish it. But, yeah, that's that.
So let me mark this back in. I marked off a row I shouldn't have. I marked off a row I shouldn't have. Because I thought it was farther than I was.
It's your turn.
Okay, so in my Silver Shed USA nursing caps on a pale field bag, so for real this time. And actually, I need to leave this pattern again.
You don't know the name?
Yeah. This is Knitables Bunny. And on Lovecraft, it says in parentheses, Knit a Bunny. This is one, she designs it for charity, so it's less expensive than it would otherwise be. And you knit this toy flat. So you saw him last time, but I'll show him again.
Adorable. She has a bear I want to try.
Yes, this
Bunny's
designer's got a lot of cute designs, so.
Isn't that adorable? Is it actually a knitted nose or is it embroidered?
Everything's knitted, except the eyes. Eyes are embroidered.
Right, but I think the nose is knitted.
Yeah, I think the nose is knitted as well. As far as I can tell. I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah.
So I went through Stash, and Mom's Stash is concluded. I pulled the white from her stash. But the main yarn, and when I first started this, I kind of regretted my color choice, but I'm okay now. But this is Lion Brand Heartland.
I love that yarn.
And the colorway, I think, is like Black Canyon. Yep, exactly, Black Canyon. This is a gorgeous color. It's got a heathered look to it.
So pretty.
So my bunny is black and white. Technically, she's not mine. I don't get to keep her. But
Where's she going?
she's charity. Or either the table with money going to charity
Or to charity.
or
Yeah.
charity.
Mhm.
So, yes,
But you are keeping the other one.
with the sweater, with the clothes and
Yeah.
stuff. Yes. This is Augusta.
Excuse me.
She's named such because she was started in August. She started August 1st, in fact. And at the time, I was listening to the Other Half podcast, which the episodes I was listening to were covering the Roman empresses, one of whom was called, several of whom actually, I believe, got called Augusta because it was a title. So, hence her name. But yes, she's slowly developing.
Cute. Very cute.
And I've gotten to the point where now I can see the black. But when I first started, it was like, oh my gosh. What was I thinking?
I don't like to work in black yarn. Hurts my eyes.
So,
Okay. In my Silver Shed USA knitting tortoise bag, artwork by Davina, embroidered bag, and there are only 3 of these. Brittany has one and Laura Concert has one. This project was Belle the baby bunny. I wasn't wanting to do it, and because it was a bunny during Tortoise versus Hare, and because I just didn't want to do it. I didn't tear it out. It's still sitting in a another bag somewhere, but I wanted to do a turtle, so I picked up it's just called the Amigurumi Turtle Pattern by Sol Maldonado on Lovecraft. And the interesting thing about this is that she has 2 sizes, and you can make a mobile if you want to. I'm making a larger size, and I'm using a worsted weight yarn. You recognize this from the baby hats. This is the top of the shell. And I've started the bottom of the shell. And
So is it a worsted? Is it a worsted? Or is it a bulky yarn?
it's worsted.
Okay.
Um,
Because I know sometimes you use bulky for your baby hats.
and this is going to be the head and the feet and all that. So you've got, can you see, I don't know, let me see if I can get you to see the combination a little bit better. I can't see. Can you see that? So,
I think they can see it.
so this piece is all finished. And I probably could have finished this a while ago, but as I said, things got busy and I just didn't have a chance to work on it too much. I needed brain power. So I hope to finish this soon. It's really cute, and I intend to make more of them. So that's that. And it's a new start, so I'm happy with that. I did all that like in one sitting.
Right.
So,
So
oh, I forgot to put the pattern in.
yeah, don't put the pattern in there.
The picture of it looks like this.
So my last project is in a bag I rescued from my old vitamins.
Yeah.
Once I gave Dad all the vitamins I no longer have to take. This is in my Plover Bird Piggies bag. This was such a cute fabric.
It is a cute bag.
So this is a new pattern.
New pattern, new project.
Both.
Oh, it's a new pattern?
Well, I don't know how new it is, but new to me.
It's so cute.
It's the women's bunny slipper and two girls patterns. So my feet were cold. And I really wanted slippers at that point.
Is it going to have a non-stick on the bottom, or a sticky thing on the
No, what they do is you have the part that goes underneath you,
Mhm.
and the part that's it's like the dark blue is under my foot,
Right.
and the main color is against the ground.
What I'm saying is,
It's going to be just like wearing socks.
Okay.
Like wearing house slippers.
Is that the colorway I gave you?
Yes, it is. So that's going to be the main bunny. I'm making the size 10.
And you might recognize this is Encore in Ocean Drift.
Yeah, so I'm making
Unclear.
the size 10. And if I find it's too big, and eventually I can save this for like when I have socks on, and then I can make another like size 9 because they don't have my size, which is 9.5.
Yeah. We have odd sized feet.
So this is the bottom for the first foot, and you would hate making this, Mom.
Oh no, it's not that. I'm okay once I get around it,
Yeah,
but it's just,
it's a technique Mom doesn't enjoy doing. And then here is the beginning of the bottom part here. It'll be on the inside. And then I'll be able to build the rest of the bunny. And I think I don't think I showed you the actual picture.
cute.
So
Daddy's gonna make fun of you for wearing those.
and she has little ribbons. They're the same size as the inside of the foot.
Very cute.
But I wanted them, and my feet were cold. And they're fun.
They're adorable.
Most of the bunny slippers I looked up were for kids. This one's
Right.
the only one that was
Right.
for women.
Very cute.
But yes,
Okay.
that is so far. And this was all worked yesterday. And this has got like all sorts of crochet stitches that I haven't used in forever. So I had to refresh my memory on them.
Why did this go back?
Because I have done mostly single crochet for years. It's been a long time since I've had to worry about double crochet and half double crochet. So there we go.
Okay, so do you have FOs or?
Whoops. Hold on, it's funny. I do have FOs. Let me just take a drink. Make sure my needle's
And I have
open.
no idea what our time is because we stopped,
Restarted.
and I didn't see what it was when we turned it off.
Yeah. Okay. So, I put my FOs in here so I won't forget about them.
Right.
This is my Foot in the Woman Cape bag. So the first one, I finished this baby hat.
It's so cute.
So it's another one of the baby rabbit beanies. This is the small size because the one I made before had been the medium size. So this is, I'm sorry, and hers is it goes extra small, small, medium. So I made the small one before. This is the extra small that would normally be for preemies. This isn't going to be a preemie hat.
Well, it looks like it's probably a baby hat.
That's what I wanted it to be. So, and this was just some
A newborn.
Brava nitpicks.
It's very cute.
So there we go. One baby hat.
All right, this one, there's no pattern for this one. I was watching and this was it was on and off the needles, on and off the hook in like 2-3 hours. And then I started the turtle afterward. This pattern, I was watching a YouTube video and well, this is Patty's fault. I cobbled together a turtle hat. So this is what I came up with. This is Raph. And it took me, like I said, maybe a couple hours to do. And that was because I was trying to figure out the pattern. So I was really happy with the way it turned out. See inside. So there was no jagging on the back because the way she talked about, seaming it. And by seaming it, I mean it was in the round, but instead of just doing the spiral, she had a method of slip stitching it. So I'm really happy with it. My husband was really happy with it. So he's a baby hat that's going to go for charity, and I'm going to be working on Mikey, and this might be my go-to for tortoise versus hare.
Which is highly disappointing.
Thank you, Patty. And that's
Patty,
Wombat of Doom.
Patty, do not accept the blame for her turtle issues.
She gave me the idea. So this one, and I think that little one I've got, and the other one are probably going to be mine. Because yours I love doing, but they take longer.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's that. My finished object.
And then I have
I'm sorry. Hold on tight. Silvershed USA tortoise bag.
My other FO was finished on Sunday. Started and finished on Sunday.
Yes.
This is a pattern. Hi there, buddy. Hold on. She's coming. Let me find her pattern name for people. This is Mev Sand Design, Amagurumi. My tongue's not working. Mini Bunny. They used worsted weight, which I didn't have easily available. I'm glad that I used the bulky. I went up on hook sizes. And I chose to stitch the eyes instead of doing safety eyes. So there she is.
Taya took Chompy's buddy away for part of the week.
Yes, he was disappointed. Oh, her name is Minnie. That's what it was. So she stays with Chompy. They're buddies. Minnie and Chompy. Oh yeah, she has a little tail too. So there they are. Chompy and Minnie.
That's fun.
So I was happy that she turned out the size she did because she is Chompy sized.
Right. If anyone's interested in the tutorial that I used for the baby hat I just based my turtle hat on, it's by Crafting with Cloudy for the basic crochet hat for newborn, and it's on YouTube. Okay. All right. Now, what happened here? I think
Did you turn on the internet?
Oh, I think, yeah, I went to the YouTube. Okay. All right, now, I don't know if you have any frogged, but I do.
I did frog something, but I forgot that I should probably bring that.
Well, I didn't bring it with me because I frogged it a while back, and I forgot to take it off my notes. And this has nothing to do with the designer. I will probably try it again, but I frogged my There and Back Afghan, which is based on K.F. Jones' squares. At this point, I just don't like doing squares. It has nothing to do with Kay's pattern. The square came out fine. I just want to do it. I looked at it, I was like, I don't want to. So I just, it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Kay's pattern. Kay's pattern is fantastic.
Yeah.
As you can see by Talia's, multiple patterns that she has going. But
Yeah. And I had torn out some the dysautonomia mitts, and I can't remember who the designer is.
Right.
Just because I wasn't able to focus on them.
Mm-hmm.
They required a little bit too much focus.
Right.
Um,
And you might see some more frogging over the next couple of podcasts because there are things we both have in bags that have been in our bags over 2 or 3 years.
mm-hmm.
And if we're quite frank about it, they might not be getting any work. So some of mine, I just have to get to them and stop starting new things
Right.
because I like the pattern. But some of them are just like, okay, I'm not going to do this at this point. Okay, so let's move on.
Yes, and I have some stash enhancements.
My stash enhancements, let me talk about it first
Okay.
since it's over there. I'm not going to show you my stash enhancements until I actually start the project. It's the yarn that came in for my needle adjacent that I showed last week, the turtle blanket, and it's over there. So it's already in my shelf, and I don't feel like taking it all out because it's kind of jammed in there, and I don't want to
To cause an avalanche.
cause an avalanche. So I got that because I had the same sale that Talia did.
Yes, and then Mom, when she purchased the Blue Sapphire kit, she also got me these 2 other ones for the bunnies. And I think all the colors will stand out here for me to do them.
And you can mix and match them,
Yeah.
you know.
So this one's Sweet Minnie's Parakeet Parade, and this one's Sweet Minnie's Hello Hummingbird. So I will do one of these as soon as I finish this hat.
Do you think you're going to use all the yarn that you have in there for the hat?
Not for one hat. I think I can get a couple different.
So you
hats.
might be able to mix and match the
Yeah.
colors. Excuse me, I don't know why I have so much. Okay, so now where are we at?
So then that leads us on to your yarn shop.
Okay, my yarn shop. I showed you these last week. These I just wanted to show them again so you can see which ones are on pre-order. Okay, first of all, these are not on pre-order. These are going into the shop. Okay, these are Rocket Pop, and these are shades of a deep red, a much lighter kind of a pinky red, and deep blue and lighter blues and white or cream. And the colorway, this colorway will vary in the amount of the faded colors that you see. It's just the nature of the dyeing process. Some of them will have more of the faded color than others. So that's going in the shop. This is one of the ones that's on pre-order. This is Telltale Heart. Okay. And then I dyed up some yarn. Take it out of the bag here. I'm not going to show you all the skeins I have. I have 4 of these. 2 of these are going to my local yarn shop. The other 2 are going to go up in the shop or for pre-order or whatever. This is, if it's not a horse, it might be a zebra.
That's what's missing. You didn't work on your zebra this week.
No, I didn't have time. So that's going to be 2 of these are going to be up in the shop or pre-order. This is Fingering Sock, and it's for the dysautonomia. So I'm going to put it up in the shop. If somebody wants to pre-order it, I will put their name on it. If not, that's fine as well. There's no pressure at any time. I just want to let you know that it's there. Okay, so that's this one. I had to put ball bands on this. So I have 2 for the local yarn shop and 2 for my Etsy shop of this. Make sure I have. Now this one, I think I'm tentatively calling Riptide, and this is, let me show you. Well, it's definitely different. This is a darker teal, and I think it's going to be called Riptide. Let me see here. I'm not sure if the camera will capture the difference, but there's definitely a difference. Can you see the difference?
You think you can see that the zebra one is brighter.
This one is the zebra. It's a brighter color, and this is the darker Riptide. This is more of a deep kind of a sea color, and this one is more of the bright. So this is the dysautonomia colorway. This is the, if it's not a horse, it might be a zebra. this one away real quick here. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to make sure I don't get them mixed up because they're very similar,
Yeah.
but they're not the same. If you were to use them in a project,
You couldn't use them.
you could not use them as the same
interchangeably.
color interchangeably. You could use them together, but you couldn't use them interchangeably. It'd be more like a fade. This one is on my sparkle base, my Stardust base. So it's a fingering sparkle Stardust base. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. It never
It's
comes-
very light.
you can't really see it, but it is a sparkle base, and this is probably going to be called Riptide. I have two of these, which means one of them is going to go in the shop, and one of them will be going to my LYS, and I'll probably be doing more of these. And I'm debating about changing the way I dye yarn in terms of, I was telling Talia this morning, I might do like a batch of one color, 1 day or 2 days, and then switch to another color, because I have all these, bottles of, or jars of yarn, not yarn, of dye, and it takes up too much space.
Right.
So I might be doing it that way. We'll see. But I have two of these, so that's that. And this one was originally going to be for our housewarming prize, but I decided not. This is an oops. It's a, because I put down, I think, what I did. So it's not an untamed oops. It's just kind of an oops. And right now, I'm just calling it, I was going to call it something about grass.
It looks similar to this.
It does. It looks very similar to that.
I'm sorry.
So this is
I don't think it's quite as striped as this turned out. Like, this is more dark and light. That one is
Right.
more...
Well, I did a different dyeing technique on this one than I normally do. I do this dyeing technique occasionally. And you can see the yellows in here a little bit. Not a whole lot, but some. Can you see it?
it's Soylent Green.
And you can see, huh?
It's Soylent Green.
Soylent Green. I don't think it's bright enough to be a Soylent Green. Because you got some pale here, And so I have, one of these will go in the shop. This is a DK. I have two of these. And unless somebody, wanted both of them before I put it up listed, one of these is going to the shop and one of them is going to the LYS. And then downstairs I have a skein of yarn that I dyed up for the person who put in the order, the pre-order. So that's drying downstairs. And then I have the two that are going to be, we're going to be doing a housewarming prize. And they're drying downstairs. They are in my long sock. So it's a total of like 650 yards or 640 yards of a kind of a light sport weight. And they're downstairs, but I'll show them to you. I'm not going to tell you what the colorway is, but I really like the colorway. It's a little different than my normal colorway, so I'm hoping you guys will like it. And it will be, we're very we are one away from 100 members in our home,
New home.
our new home, not the YouTube, the new home,
The PHN.
PHN home. But the housewarming gift will not necessarily wait for that. It'll be whenever I get it finished and ball banded and everything like that. But we're really excited to have just one shy of 99.
Yes, we are.
Not 99, 100. We have 99. So that's really exciting. And I'm sorry about the constant clearing my throat. So I will show those next week. And I hope I have more yarn to show you next week. I have some things in the works with my local yarn shop that I have to figure out, and I want to get my shop stocked again. So I will hopefully be doing more of that. We do have contractors coming Monday because something was not done correctly in the bathroom. So the plumbers have to come back and alter that a little bit, and then the painter the drywall guy has to come in, and then they can put the toilet in, and then hopefully we'll be done. So I'm hoping it won't take more than another week or so. Thing is, we have an appointment on Friday that will be out. We won't be here, so they won't be able to use that day. And so I'm kind of steeling myself that we might have 2 weeks to worry about. So, but it'll be fine. It's all good. We'll get it done. We're trying to move things back into Talia's room, so that's good. and are making good progress on that. So, okay, anything else?
Just want to do a quick plug for the Bakery Bears' new audio podcast.
Right.
It's not purely knitting. It's like chatting. Honestly, while they're going on the walk, you can hear their background noise.
Yeah.
It makes me think of when they do some of their out and abouts, where Kay will suddenly get distracted by like a butterfly or something,
Right.
or a bird.
Oh, you should have seen the butterfly I saw yesterday. There's a little butterfly. I walked outside to take the trash out before Daddy came home, and it's a butterfly about, I guess, a wingspan about that big, and it kind of, lit down on the ground, and I was just crouching to watch it, and it didn't move. It stayed there. It had orange markings. It was like black with orange markings on the back, but not like a monarch. And then it opened up and it was blue
Oh, nice.
on the inside. It was I was calling it iridescent, and because I was getting wobbly and I didn't want to pitch forward and squish it, I moved sideways to catch the side of the garage, the carport, and it flew away. And then I walked back up to it and it didn't move. It just let me watch it. It was butterflies. I like butterflies. I asked Daddy if I can have a butterfly garden. If it wouldn't have bees. It can have bees.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, go ahead.
So yes. But yeah, I just wanted to do a plug for them. You can find them on Podbean or on the Apple app.
Not on iTunes?
I guess it would be on iTunes, but if they're on the Apple app, they should be on iTunes.
Okay.
But yeah, just the Bakery Bears audio podcast, and they have 4 out right now, and they'll be every other week. It'll alternate with when their main podcast is up.
And I'll probably have an easier time keeping up the audio.
Well, because they only do the audio for the length of their walk.
Okay, it's about 20-30 minutes.
Like, they do a long walk. It's about 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's like one of our walks, Mom.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's really nice. Let's see what else. Also been I mentioned the podcast I was listening to already. So yeah.
Okay, as far as we know, we will be podcasting next Saturday. That will be August 10th. We might be a little late. I had to put off my monthly breakfast with my friend. She had been sick, and Mike's birthday is tomorrow, and this is the whole weekend where we do all his stuff. So it would have been really problematic getting everything done the way we wanted to. So I'll do that next week. So the podcast might be a little later in terms of being uploaded and everything, because we were going to start later. So that's just that. And we want to thank the people who commented on YouTube. We have Fiber Hermit, Sally, Looney Hiker, Renna, Packing Knits Design, Pat, Kim, M Craft and Chat 2, Wombat of Doom 53, Valeria, and LS Crafts. So if I missed anybody on YouTube, I apologize.
Well, yeah, because I think all of our comments are on YouTube
Yes,
this week.
but if somebody did comment on the podcast over in the group, we apologize for missing you, but you weren't there when we
Yeah.
at recording time, so we will get to you. But we appreciate anyone who comments on either place.
Either venue.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything else we need to say?
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay. We do want to say that we are planning on attending Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival in September. Just putting a little bug in your ear for that. We usually go in the morning on Saturday and are out by a little after lunchtime, but just so you're thinking about it if you're in the area. Okay? So, we want to wish everyone a wonderful week filled with whatever it is that makes you happy, knitting, crocheting, loom knitting, dyeing yarn, sewing, whatever it is you like to do. And we hope to see you here next week for the Fun in the Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 366, and that's a wrap. Turtle, 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 turtle.
Bunny.